welcomes Atalanta in the first round of the return matches in their Champions League group stage. As we know, in the first match, Liverpool walked over Atalanta. Today's match did not go that way. The keys to this match, especially for Atalanta in possession, is that they were able to connect with their wide center back, their wing back, their center forward, and their midfielder to create a wide overload much more successfully than they did in the previous match. And this is one of the teams that you see it consistently. You see their aim is to create this wide overload. The reason for this is so that they can have 3, 4, 5 passes in this area, however many it takes to pull over the midfield line and the back line. And while they're doing this, what we would see is that we'd have 2 players on the opposite side looking to position themselves. One, take the eye of the far side center back. So he could be blindside, but most of the time he'd be sitting right on his shoulder, right about there. And then this is the key. A secondary runner on the blind side of the fullback. What they would be looking for is these 3 to 4 passes here. And then as soon as they see that he has the good position, whether he's making a run from deep or he makes a double move, he'll make this run in behind, and that ball will get whipped in. They could do the same thing with the forward who is trying to take the eye of this center back, but that only happens if this center back gets a little bit too greedy and slides out. Then he makes that run, and that ball gets whipped in there. The key out of possession was that they did their best to make sure that no one in this position could receive the ball. There was a high press onto the center backs from both Gomez and Illich, and then the 2 midfielders would make sure that both Milner or Wijnaldum were not able to pick up the ball. But the reason why this was more successful as compared to the last time they played is that their wingbacks weren't as early to get up and press. In the match before, they were very aggressive and they tried to sit onto them, which allowed for those diagonal balls in behind. Whereas now, this was the key. Deny this area. If the ball did get out here, then yes, they would press, and then it would slide, and they would slide as a team, and they did a decent job with that. But there was no early press, which allowed that ball to come in behind. They'd be coming into here, press, would give the cover, and even if they were able to find this, because Liverpool moves into their 2-man system, moving into here, if they were able to play into there, their center backs were able to step. And the referee in this match let a lot go by the standards that we're used to, but he was consistent. But at the same time, Atalanta had a very strong technical tackling aspect to their match. They'd get tight, they'd win the ball. If the ball was being played into here, if it was being played into his right foot, this player would be coming with their right foot to make the tackle in behind. You run the risk if you're going to fouls because you go through the body while you try to wrap your leg around the ball, but they did a very good job of timing these tackles. Maybe with a different referee, they wouldn't have been able to be so successful, but in today's match, things worked out for them. So this press of the midfield area, denying these 2 having a heavy press, we would see that the ball would get played. It would get played again, maybe even to the goalkeeper. He'd be pressing the ball, would get played, and then Gomez would continue his press. There was no player jumping off his line because they have a very man-oriented defensive shape. So if it was his job to press that center back or his job to press that center back, they would do that full force. There wasn't, I'm going to pass them along to somebody else because I got beat. These 2 aspects, the defensive there and the technical tackling, as well as the combination of the referee's leniency and consistency, led to Atalanta taking control of this match within about a 5-minute time span in the second.